Hello everyone, this is Lalita Singh and you are going to study science with me in class 8. Today we are discussing our first chapter that is called crop production, and this is our fourth video on the same topic. Okay, in our previous video we have learned about what is agriculture, crop and cropland, crop season in India, about basic agriculture practices which include preparation of soil, then selection and showing of seed, then application of manure and fertilizer, irrigation, and about weeding, about harvesting and threshing, about storage of grain as well. Right now, we are going to study about Green Revolution. Okay, the Green Revolution period was considered as golden era of Indian agriculture. The Green Revolution was started by Dr. M.S. Swaminathan, an agricultural scientist. It was successful by the collective effort of governmental agencies, scientists and the farmer, because governmental agency provide the fund, scientist has worked over there, and then later on they have provided the seed to the farmer, and farmer has grown the crop in the field. So all of them are working together to produce a bumper crop, and that is why the Green Revolution was a successful. Okay, the food production was enhanced to such an extent that our country becomes self-sufficient in food production. During this Green Revolution, high-yielding dwarf variety of wheat were introduced in our country from Mexico and Australia. New varieties of wheat was with desirable character were developed in our country by the process of crossbreeding. Now, the question arises why there is need of a crossbreeding, because the plants or the seed that we have taken from Mexico and Australia were adapted to live in their climatical condition but not in ours. To make them suitable for our country, what we have done, we have performed a crossbreeding between the seed of our country and the seeds of Australia and Mexico. Okay, Mexican wheat was high yielding variety. It was resistant to variety of pest and disease causing microbe. It was dwarf, means a very small. It was small in size and requires less irrigation, because the plant was short, the leaves were short, so they require less amount of water, and pesticide as well, because they were pest resistance, right? During the crop maturity, as the duration of the crop maturity was also shorter, so we can have the crop in shorter period of time. Similarly, high yielding variety of rice, maize, bajra, sugarcane also introduced in our country by these scientists, which were made suitable for Indian climatical condition. Now the next point is gain of Green Revolution. The gain was like this: our country become self-sufficient in food grain production. Okay, we don't need to depend on another country for food grains. We were able to produce such amount of food grains that was enough to provide food for every person of our country. Now next is a buffer stock of wheat and rice could be established in our country to meet the shortfall of food production at any time in future. Means, like if there is a drastical climatical condition like flood or drought in area, so government provide them with food. Where does that food come from? They are actually kept in buffer stock for emergency condition. Okay, now after Green Revolution improved the economical condition of our farmer, and now agriculture is also considered as an industry. Understood? Now, undesirable effect of Green Revolution, we know that in during Green Revolution, to produce plant we have used lots of fertilizer. We have dug a lot of borings in the soil to take the underground water, which also affect our environment. Now see what happened over there. Excessive use of chemical fertilizer in order to obtain more yield has changed the chemistry of soil, and in due course of time, in long run, it reduces the soil fertility. Means farmers were using excessive amount of fertilizer in the period of Green Revolution, okay, to has a higher yield. But if they are using excessive amount of fertilizer, what will happen? This fertilizer will make the soil either acidic or very basic in nature, which is not good for the growth of microbe. Okay, now next is judicial use. Injudicial use of fertilizer, weedicide, pesticide has polluted the soil and water body. This water has now become unsuitable for drinking. We take the water for drinking purpose from the groundwater. Right. So if we are applying fertilizer, how can the groundwater get polluted? Actually, when you are putting excessive amount of fertilizer into the soil, right, the fertilizer are readily dissolvable in water. Along with water, it will sip down into the soil, and from the soil it will reach to the underground water. This underground water has been taken out by us with the help of well or hand pump, right, for drinking purpose. Means the fertilizer are polluting the groundwater, and that groundwater is now used by us for drinking purpose. So obviously the water is polluted. Now this water is not fit for drinking. And in the second case, if there is excessive amount of water, and if there is rain or excessive amount of water is supplied to the field, if this field is having excessive amount of fertilizer as well, so what will happen, this fertilizer will get mixed into the rainwater and will pass to the nearby water body area. Okay, and now it is also polluting the surface water. Next is high yielding crop need more water. Therefore, underground water has been used for irrigation on large scale. We know that during the period of green revolution, lots of borings has been done in the field, and a lot amount of water has been driven out from the underground water, right, which result into depletion of water. Even underground water resources has been also got polluted due to leaching of fertilizer, and those water are still unfit for drinking, right. Now next point is food from animal. Okay, we get food from animal like milk, meat, fish, honey, right. These foods are obtained from the animal, so they are rich in animal protein. Animal protein is easily digestible for us. They contain all the amino acid required by our body in right proportion. So when we are taking the food from the animal sources, we are also taking the essential amino acid inside our body. Okay, so the first thing that we get from the animal is milk. Milk is considered as complete food. Just consider a toddler, a child, a newly born child has taken only the mother milk. Okay, they feed only on mother milk, and this milk provide all the required nutrient for their growth. So milk is considered as a ideal diet or balanced diet. Okay, it contains protein, all vitamin except vitamin C, some sugar, essential mineral. Okay, we get milk from cow, buffalo, sheep, and camel. Now next is egg. Egg is obtained from the chicken, duck, geese, quail, turkey, etc. These eggs are rich source of protein. Egg white is rich in vitamin B, and it contains fat, vitamin A, calcium, phosphorus, iron. Whereas the yellow part of egg is good source of protein, because yolk is the yellow part, which is the nutrient material kept inside the egg for the growth of the chick or the new young one. Understood? So it contains a lot amount of protein over there. Now next is meat. Meat is obtained from fish, from birds, from goat, from sheep, from pig, even. Okay, it is a source of high quality protein, animal protein, which is helpful for us, which is easily digestible and very important because it is providing the essential amino acid in our body. Now rearing of animal on large scale is known as animal husbandry. Example, cow, buffalo, sheep are reared in the farm. Rearing of honeybee is known as apiculture. Culturing the fish in pond or in pools is known as pisciculture or fish culture. Poultry is very well known term for us. Poultry means rearing of bird for obtaining egg and meat. Okay, is known as poultry. So we have discussed all the points of the chapter. Now we are going to discuss a question answer of this chapter. Now we are going to start with checkpoint 1. See, this is the checkpoint 1. First question of this checkpoint 1 is answer in one word. What are the crops grown in winter known as Rabi crop? Okay. The second is what is the cultivation of plant for food is called? It is called farming. Third question, what are the tea, coffee, cocoa, rubber crop called? They are called transplantation crop. Okay. Now next is what is another term for ploughing of the soil is used? This is tilling. The answer is tilling. Okay, now next checkpoint 2. Okay, so we are having checkpoint 2. The first question of this checkpoint is urea replenishes the nitrogen content of the soil. Yes, it is true. Now the second question. First one is true. Second one, drip irrigation is used to irrigate sandy soil and an uneven land. It is also correct. Okay, so it is second one is also true. Now third one is chemical used to destroy the weed are called pesticide. No, it is called weedicide. Understand? So it is false. First one is true, second one is true, third one is false. Fourth, waterlogging or standing water in the field is good for crop. No, it is not. It is bad for crop. So it is also false. And manure provide humus to the soil. True. Okay, so 1, 2 and fifth one is true. 3 and fourth is, third and fourth is false. Okay, now checkpoint 3. Fill in the blanks. Okay, first one is a dash is used for harvester and a thresher. Combine. Your answer is combine. Second question, the process of separating hay and chaff from the grain is called. The process of separating hay and chaff from the grain is called winnowing. Third question, the period between dash is known as the Green Revolution in Indian agriculture. It is 1960 to 1980. Understood? 1960 to 1980. Now next question number 4. Dash is cylindrical container for bulk storage of grain. It is silos. Silos are the cylindrical container for bulk storage. Now fifth question, culturing fish in pond or pool is called? It is called pisciculture or fish culture. You can see over here, pisciculture or fish culture. Now segment A of practice time. Which of the following is not an example of kharif crop? It is wheat. Wheat is not an example of kharif crop. Okay, second question. Nitrogen deficiency of the soil can be removed by applying urea. So option D is your answer, applying urea. Okay, now see my third question. The process of separating grain and husk from the harvested crop. Okay, from harvested crop the things are getting separated, so it will be threshing. Okay, next 4 number question. The pioneer of green revolution in India was M.S. Swaminathan. A is your correct answer. Now 2, the common weedicides are, all of them are weedicides, so all of this is answer. Now question number 6, the insect used to remove prickly pears from the crop field is cochineal. A is the correct answer. Now B, rewrite the wrong sentences in correct manner. Na? First question, bean, pea and green gram are example of. Cut the cereal portion over here and write down pulses. Okay, so answer would be beans, pea, green gram are example of pulses. Second question, growing fruit and vegetable is called agriculture. No, it is called horticulture. So you will cut agriculture from the second one and write over there horticulture. Third question, milk contain all vitamin except vitamin C. So you will cut D over there and write C. Fourth one is broadcasting is leaving the field vacant for one or more season to regain its fertility. It is following. Cut broadcasting from fourth one. Okay, fourth one, broadcasting is wrong. Write down following over there. Now fifth question, furrow irrigation is used in an area where there is water shortage. No. Drip irrigation is used in the area where there is water shortage. Now next, C. Name the two steps involved in preparation of soil before plantation. The first step is plugging the soil and the second step is leveling the soil. Okay, so you will write the two steps involved in preparation of soil are plugging and leveling. Second question of very short answer type of question. Name some oilseed and plantation crop. You will write about oilseed like mustard seed, like sunflower seed are the oilseed, whereas plantation, rubber, tea, coffee, cocoa are the plantation crop. Now third number question, which is what is the use of cultivator? Cultivator is used to plug the field. Understand? Now fifth question, what is the benefit of transplantation? Transplantation help you to choose the healthy seedling. It also provide help give you chance to provide specific spacing between the seedling. Okay, now next is, why is drip irrigation the best method of watering the plant? Drip irrigation is the best method of watering the plant because it saves water. It do not waste water. Understood? What are silos? Silos are granary. Silos are long cylindrical container which is used to, see over here, grain silos are tall cylindrical containers. See over here in silos portion. Okay, grain silos are tall cylindrical container for bulk storage of grain. These are specifically used by government agencies like in Food Corporation of India. Up to this is your answer. Okay, from grain to India. From grain to India. Understood? Now, next is D section, short answer type of question. First question of D is, what are the advantage of sowing seed by using seed drill? Okay, advantage of using seed drill is given in page number 10. Okay, see over here. Showing seed with the seed drill has the following advantage. It is given in the bullet over here. Okay, 3 points are given. You will write all the 3 points. Okay, showing seed with the seed drill has following advantage to unequal distribution. Okay, first point is seeds are shown uniformly at proper distance and depth in the furrow only. Second point, seeds get covered with soil. This prevents the chances of seed being eaten by bird. Third is sowing is faster and thus saves time and labor. Sowing by seed drill prevent wastage of seed due to unequal distribution. Okay class. Now next question. What is the need of for manuring? Okay, manuring is important because it change the soil chemistry in good way. Okay, it is given over here. Okay, manure provide humus to the soil which improve physical and chemical property of the soil. It restore the soil texture. It improve water holding capacity of the soil. It make the soil porous and airy. It also replenish the soil with all nutrient. It is given in page number 11. Okay, above fertilizer and below compost manure. Okay class, now next question. D, third question. What are the advantage of using fertilizer? Given in the same page. Advantage of fertilizer. See over here. In page number 11, it is written advantage of fertilizer. 4 points are given. You will write all these 4 points. Fertilizer provides specific nutrient needed by the crop. Second, fertilizers are concentrated source of soil nutrient. Third, being soluble in water, they are easily absorbed by the plant immediately. And fourth, they are easy to handle, store on and transport. Next question. Question number 4. What are traditional method of irrigation? Traditional method of irrigation include moat, rahat, dekli, chain pump and swinging basket. Okay, next is How was the Green Revolution achieved? Okay, Green Revolution was achieved by the collective effort of scientists, farmer and governmental agency. Given over here. Green Revolution was started by Green Revolution becomes successful below Dr. Swaminathan. Okay, MS Swaminathan. It becomes successful by collective effort of governmental agencies, scientists, farmer. Okay, this is your answer. Next is long question answer. First, how are healthy sheets are separated from unhealthy one? Okay, for that you need to perform activity number 1. See, activity number 1, you will write down the activity number 1, okay, as an answer of 1A. Now describe the different method of showing sheet. Okay, different method of showing seed is manual and by use of sheet drill. Given over here, method of showing sheet in page number 9. You will write like manual method. There are two methods of sheet showing. First one is manual method. It involves scattering of sheet by hand. Sheet are later on covered by the soil by leveler to avoid wastage. Now mechanical method. In this method, showing seed is done with the help of sheet drill. Sheet drill make furrow in the soil and seed fall into the furrow at regular distance and proper depth. This is your answer for B. Now, second question, give the difference between manure and fertilizer. It is written in the book, the difference between manure and fertilizer. You will write down that difference. Okay, page number 12. See over here. Differences are given in a table form. You will write these differences in such a table in your copy. Now next. B of 2. Okay, E to B. Why is the use of fertilizer in excess disadvantageous? Excessive use of the fertilizer is disadvantageous because it changes the chemistry of soil. It also pollute water and soil. Okay, now next is what is farmyard manure? Farmyard manure is given in page number 11. See over here, types of manure. The first one is farmyard manure. You have to write about this farmyard manure in whole. From farmyard manure to decomposed by soil, bacteria and fungi. Understand? Farmyard manure, which is prepared from the cattle dung and urine, straw, leaf, etc. Farmer prepared manure by dumping plant and animal waste in some corner of their field. They are allowed to be decomposed by soil, bacteria and fungus. Now next question is third number question of E, right? What are the modern method of irrigation? How are they useful? Modern method of irrigation include drip irrigation, sprinkler irrigation, furrow and basin irrigation. Okay, so modern method of irrigation is given in page number 13. It is written, modern method of irrigation are as follow. From furrow to drip, you will describe all of them in proper manner. Okay, until the water is not wasted at all and the plant get regular supply of water. Okay, regular water supply up to this point you will write. Understand? Now next is, what is beading? What are the different method of weeding? Weeding means removal of weed from the field is known as weeding. Understand? See over here. The removal of The removal of weed from the field without harming the crop plant is called weeding. And about methods of weeding, the weeding can be done by four methods. First one is manual method. Weeds are removed by pulling them out by hand. Second is mechanical, in which in this method weeds are removed by with the help of implement like harrow or rake and trowel and hoe. Now next is chemical method. Weeding from the soil before sowing the seed is done by using chemical. The chemical substance used to kill the weeds are weedicide. Weedicide kill the weed but do not harm the crop plant. The common weedicide are 2,4-D, MCPA, Bachelor and Paraquat. Okay, biological. In biological methods, some natural enemies of weed are released in the field, which feed on weeds and destroy them. For example, cochineal insect is used to eliminate prickly pears. Up to Tamil Nadu. Okay, you have to write up to Tamil Nadu. Understood? Now, next question. Number 5. Study the picture given over here. Now, see the picture very carefully. Understood? Now, answer the question. What does this picture represent? This picture represent irrigation done with the help of sprinkler irrigation. Okay, now second option B is, under what condition is this more useful? This is more useful when the land is uneven or the land is having sandy soil and if there is shortage of water. Now next C number question is, why is this system better than traditional method? Because it saves water and labor. That is why it is very good in comparison to the traditional method. Now, next is question number 6. Briefly describe the method of using restoring the soil fertility. Just move back. The method used for restoring the soil fertility are, first one is fallowing, second adding manure and fertilizer, third is practicing crop rotation, and fourth is practicing mixed cropping. Okay, you will write from this chapter this portion. See, fallowing. In this fallowing, the farmer does not grow another crop for next season after harvesting one crop. The fallow soil regains the nutrient from the remains of plant and animal by the action of microbe. Okay, now next is adding manure and fertilizer. Manure and fertilizer are added to the soil before sowing the seed and or transplanting the seedling. Now next is practicing crop rotation. It is practice of growing different type of crop in different season on the same land on rotational basis to replenish the soil with nutrient. Okay, for example, farmer grow wheat crop alternatively with pea or gram. Understood? Now next is practicing mixed cropping. The practice of raising two or more crop in the same field at the same time is called mixed cropping. Number 7 is next, how are grains stored? See over here. In page number 17. Okay, storage of grain. Harvested food grain, see over here, storage of grain. Harvested food grain need to be stored safely so that they are protected from fungal disease and rodent and insect pests. The freshly harvested grain have moisture which promote fungal growth. Hence, they are dried in sun. The dried food grain are then stored in container or gunny bag in silos. In gunny bags, write down over here, gunny bag. Gunny bags are jute bag. They are filled with food grain and stacked in large godown on wooden platform. They are stored about 10 to 15 centimeter above the ground and 70 centimeter away from the wall. Okay, in silos, Grain silos are tall cylindrical container for bulk storage of grain. Grain silos facilitate easy inspection, fumigation, protection from the pest, and temperature control. This is your answer. Okay, now next question. Question number 8. What is animal husbandry? How is it is useful for us? Okay, the answer is given in page number 20. Okay, rearing of animal on large scale for food is known as animal husbandry. Okay, how it is beneficial for us? Because it is providing us with milk, egg and meat. Milk is a complete food. It contains protein, all vitamin except vitamin C, and essential mineral. That is why it is important. Chicken, egg. Okay, egg is very important because it is providing us with vitamin B and vitamin A. Okay, calcium, phosphorus, iron and protein. Meat is a good source of protein, so it is also obtained from the animal which are reared under animal husbandry. Now next question. Hots. Farmer often irrigate the crop field before sowing the seed. Is it important? Do you think so? If yes, state the reason. Yes, it is important because moisture is needed by the seed so that it can start germinate. Okay, for germination of seed, moisture is needed. Next question. What will happen if distance and depth are not maintained at the time of sowing seed? If the distance and depth is not maintained at the time of sowing seed, the condition will lead to overcrowded area in which the plant will struggle for sunlight, for space, for water and mineral. So weaker plant will die. Understood. Now next is crop rotation enrich the soil. Do you agree with this? Justify your answer with valid reason. Yes, I agree with this. Crop rotation enrich the soil because every plant is having different need in nutrient. And second thing is, if we are planting the legume plant in between the two crops, the legume plant will enrich the soil with nitrogen content. Okay, so when the next crop has been planted on the field, there is no need for manuring, at least not no use for nitrogen concentrated fertilizer. Understood? This is all about the question answer of this chapter. In next video we will talk about next chapter. Until then, have a nice day everyone.